Hey, 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 all you perfectionists. Welcome to Perfect Edition Comics. I'm your host, Perfect, and today I'm going to share with you my top 10 most anticipated collected editions for November. Let's do this thing. So staying with the theme of Halloween, horror, and all of that goodness from October, I'm going to roll with it for number 10 in November. This is Sea of Sorrows. In the aftermath of the Great War, the North Atlantic is ripe for plunder by independent salvage crews. When a former naval officer hires the SS Vagabond, he leads the ship to a sunken U-boat and a fortune in gold. Tensions mount as the crew prepares to double-cross each other, but the darkness of the ocean floor holds much deeper terrors than any of them have bargained for. So this collects the complete series. It's just a little mini-series, I believe, of 5 issues in total. This is a trade paperback, so that's a soft cover, and it's brought to you by IDW. Coming in at number 9 on my list is another great collection by Toppi. So this is Sergio Toppi, a legend of European comics, just beautiful black and white line work. This is his gallery edition for Scenes from the Bible by Magnetic Press. This collection of artwork from European comics master Sergio Toppi focuses on illustrations of biblical characters that he drew during his lengthy collaboration with the journal Il Giornalino. Sorry, my Italian is obviously very bad. Hundreds of character portraits and key scene illustrations from both the Old and New Testament are presented in Toppi's inimitable pen and ink style. I saw some shots, some images from this, and it does look spectacular, just kind of like David vs. Goliath in the most kind of epic fantasy style. Just beautiful, stunning work by Toppi. This is a European style size hardcover with the round corners that Magnetic Press always has, and speaking about Magnetic Press, that's your publisher. Next up at number 8 we have the Saga Box Set. So this gorgeous box set collecting all 9 of the best-selling trade paperback collections comes in one affordable package. This is the perfect way for any mature readers, hint hint, who haven't yet tried Saga to dip their toes into this weirdly wonderful universe. So this collects everything published so far. It's 9 trade paperbacks, but also if you get this box set, the set comes with a set of 6x9 exclusive cover prints. I'm not sure how many, but maybe there's 9 for each cover, so that's my guess. It is, of course, soft cover trays inside of a box set, and is brought to you by Image Comics. So if you haven't jumped on the Saga hype train, if you didn't get all the deluxe hardcovers and are hunting for them, or if you didn't get the huge compendium editions, then this looks like a really neat and clean, beautiful way to get into and collect everything that is out for Saga so far. Of course, current announcement is that it's kicking off again really soon, so if you've been waiting for it, jump in now and then catch up and get straight into hopefully volume 10 that will come out sometime next year. Next we have Horizon Zero Dawn Liberation. Brand new graphic novel expanding upon the story of the epic video game Horizon Zero Dawn. Set during the events of Horizon Zero Dawn, Erend and Aloy are on the hunt for the killer of an important member of the Oseram tribe, fending off deadly machines along the way. So the thing that sold me is probably the Peach Momoko cover that you see right here, because it's just freaking stunning. Also some really great kind of animated style artwork, very, very beautiful looking book. This collects the mini-series of Liberation 1 through 4. It is a trade paperback and is published by Titan. So if you're a fan of the games and you want to keep going with the lore, then I would pick this one up for sure. Next we have Star Wars Legends Boba Fett Blood Ties. I think this is an epic collection, even though in everything I saw it didn't quite label it that way, but Star Wars Legends does collect all of the old Dark Horse reprints, and every single one's been an epic collection, so I just listed it as that. And it's got a lot of stuff, not as much as all epics, but it's still got a chunky amount of stuff. So let's go through what this is all about. The galaxy's most feared bounty hunter blazes into the spotlight. Years ago, Boba Fett's father Jango took on an important mission with a big payday, but things went awry, and now Boba must pick up the pieces. This collects a slew of things, as I said. It's Star Wars Blood Ties from 2010 1 through 4, Star Wars Blood Ties Boba Fett is Dead, also 1 through 4 from 2012. Star Wars Empire 7/28. Star Wars Boba Fett from 1997, the half issue. Star Wars Boba Fett Twin Engines of Destruction number 1, also from 1997. Star Wars Boba Fett Agent of Doom number 1 from 2000. And material from Star Wars Tales number 7 from 1997. So it's a real slew of Boba Fett all over the timeline from Dark Horse. So if you're a big fan and you want to get into it because of, Mando and the Mandalorian and everything else, then here's your chance to get hold of some really old and probably really rare reprints that are now going to be all collected in one chunky softcover. Of course, this is brought to you by Marvel Comics. And at number 5, we have none other than the legendary Lucky Luke. I think I featured this because I've been reading kind of the homage books that have been done recently by Mathieu Bonhomme, and I've been getting back into Lucky Luke. I loved him as a kid, and so when I saw this coming out and it was like number 80 of the original Morris stuff, I was like, yeah, gotta feature this, gotta hype it up, gotta get people back into the classics. So let's take a look at what Lucky Luke 80, the Alibi, is all about. Lucky Luke is contacted by a rich individual with an unusual request. He wants to hire the lonesome cowboy to escort his stepdaughter Gisela on a trip across the Wild West. He wants her to see for himself the hard life of settlers and frontiersmen at least once before she settles into a comfortable married life. Luke arranges a few fake, safe incidents to entertain the young woman, but she's no shrinking violet and tends to charge headlong into trouble. This is of course a European-style softcover, and it's brought to you by Cinebook, who does all of the reprints of Lucky Luke. So if you want to get into the European album game in English, Cinebook not only has Lucky Luke, but a whole ton of other classics like Thorgal and other things out there. So yeah, take a look at them, great publisher if you're not aware, and get going on with the classics again. Speaking of modern classics, we have Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1 Omnibus reprint. In the year 2000, Marvel launched the Ultimate Universe, reinventing Spider-Man and his mythos for a new millennium. Now, the first 3 years of Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Bagley's fan-favorite award-winning take on the web-slinger are collecting one oversized volume. So this collects 1 through 39 of Ultimate Spider-Man. Also, the half issue is an Omni, as I said, and it comes to you from Marvel Comics. I loved this run back in the day. I still own most of it in trade paperback and some hardcovers and a whole bunch of stuff from like 21 plus years ago when I was reading it in its original run. So this is a classic. If you haven't got it, then this is a really great way to pick it all up. I know there's a volume 2 coming as well, I believe. So finally they'll wrap this all up in omnibus editions and then move on to kind of the Ultimate Spider-Man Miles Morales stuff and hook it all up. So for those of you that never got this the first time around, I'd suggest grabbing this reprint. Speaking of classic teams, you have Jeff Johns and Gary Frank, who have brought us a ton of amazing books, bringing us a new original Image title, Geiger, Volume 1 trade paperback. Set in the years after a nuclear war ravaged the planet, desperate outlaws battle for survival in a world of radioactive chaos. Out past the poisoned wasteland lives a man even the nightcrawlers and organ people fear. Some name him Joe Glow, others call him the Meltdown Man. But his name is Geiger. The critically acclaimed team of writer Jeff Johns and artist Gary Frank unites with superstar colorist Brad Anderson to bring us this brand new creator-owned series. So this collects the first 6 issues of Geiger. As I said, it's a trade paperback, and it comes to you from Image Comics. At number 2, we got something that feels like I've been waiting forever, and so it does feel like a once and future, like it's never going to come, but it finally has. This is the Once and Future Book 1 Deluxe Edition, the definitive collection of the first 3 story arcs of the Eisner Award nominated series for the first time in one single volume. This deluxe edition hardcover includes Once and Future 1 through 18 by New York Times bestselling author Kieran Gillen and Russ Manning Award winner Dan Mora. So as I said, it collects issues 1 through 18. I believe it's an oversized hardcover and it comes to you from Boom Studios. I've waited to read this. I read 1 or 2 issues digitally, loved it, and then was like waiting, and finally this is coming out. So couldn't be more happy. Dan Mora's art is really up my alley, really enjoyed, and Kieran Gillen always just knocks it out the park with fantastic writing. throw in kind of swords and sorcery and fantasy and you've got my attention for sure. At number 1, we have none other than Fantastic Four by Jonathan Hickman, Volume 1 Omnibus reprint. That's right, finally it's here. We've waited for years and years and what's felt like centuries, I don't know. But since I've kind of gotten into the Omni game years ago, I've always heard about this, I've always wanted to own it. And finally the reprints are coming and they're going to be here next month. But knowing cancellations and delays, probably December. But hey, at least you know it's coming. So this is superstar writer Jonathan Hickman's revamp and redefinition of Marvel's first family in a sweeping and epic saga across time, space, and reality. This collects Dark Reign Fantastic Four 1 through 5, Fantastic Four 570 through 588, FF 1 through 5, material from Dark Reign, The Cabal one-shot. It is an omnibus hardcover, as I mentioned, and it is volume 1 of 2, and the second one's already solicited and will be on its way in a couple of months after this, so that's awesome to know about. And of course, it's brought to you by Marvel Studios. Thanks so much for watching, and as usual, please drop a comment below telling me what you're hyped for next month. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe on your way out if you're not subscribed. And remember, stay perfect. See ya!